7 habits to replace that will radically transform your life. Replace late night podcast binges with sleep. Even though the podcast info might be helpful, might be entertaining, I don't think it's worth that at the expense of sleep. Sleep is one of the most underrated forms of recovery, focus, productivity, whatever metric you want to measure. If you have lack of sleep, nothing else really matters. So swap the late night podcasts for sleep. Replace morning phone scrolling with journaling. Journaling's been one of the best things I've ever added into my life, and this is something I started maybe 6-7 years ago. And replacing morning phone or morning phone usage with journaling will help you feel centered and grounded without having to take on everything else that's happening in the world, and so you can set up your day in the way that you want it to be. Replace random followers with mentors. I think everyone's kind of guilty of this at different degrees, but sometimes we mindlessly follow people that we think would be helpful, but usually they're not. So something that's really helped me over the last couple of years is removing people that are not actually adding to my life, whether they're influencers, whether they're promoting some kind of ideology in terms of business growth, personal growth. It doesn't matter what it is. Anyone that you know isn't serving you in whatever capacity or whatever area, remove them and replace them with people that you actually align with, whether it's life, health, fitness, and mindset, and follow those people instead. Replace hot morning showers with cold morning showers. Regardless of the health benefits of cold water in the morning and doing hard things, just doing this one replacement, so swapping the hot for the cold, helps you manage challenges at a level that you might not have realized just from doing these small things. Just do small things that are seemingly challenging over and over and over again, and it builds a mental resilience that you can see what compounds over time. Replace mainstream news with books. Most of the information and news that we're all bombarded with 99% of the time is not actually meant to inform you. So knowing this, it's your responsibility to choose sources of information and content that you know is going to help you and help you move forward in a way that you want to do. So it's your responsibility to choose the sources of information that you consume. Replace being busy with boredom. This is something that I've discovered over the last couple of months and really dug into quite recently, and it's removing the badge of constantly being busy and constantly saying I'm doing things with work, and adding blocks of time into my day where I just sit and I'm bored. And for whatever reason, we have a stigma around being boredom that we should fill our time with doing things. But what I've found over the last 6 to 9 months is that when I'm bored, that's when I get my best ideas, that's when I can think more clearly, and that's when I feel more myself. So swapping out being busy for being bored. So replace taking massive action with strategic action. There's a big push in the personal development and maybe even entrepreneurship space where you constantly have to take massive action to see results and to gain clarity. I actually think that's a vicious loop that could send you down into a spiral, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to end up taking massive action in all kinds of different areas. What I think is more helpful is to take strategic action. But you can only take strategic action when you know which direction you are heading. And you don't need a specific direction. All you need is a general direction in where you're heading. You don't need a step-by-step process. You don't need a step-by-step path. Just a general North Star of where you want to go. And that takes strategic action around that North Star.